Hi everyone, so we're going to discuss partial fraction decomposition, and I'm going to start with the background information from, or where does this come from basically. So to start, we have this addition problem here, where I'm going to add two fractions, and if you were to try to add this right away, hopefully you would recognize that they don't have the same denominator, these two fractions, or rational expressions. And so you need an LCD, or least common denominator, as your first step in order to add these two fractions. Okay, so hopefully you'd recognize with just a little bit of observation that the LCD here is going to be x minus 3 times x plus 1. So the first term is needing the x plus 1 factor, and the second term here is needing the x minus 3. Alright, so when we multiply that out, I'm going to go ahead and distribute on the numerator, so I have 2x plus 2, and this is now over our LCD of x plus 1 times x minus 3. And then the second fraction, I distribute the 5, and I have 5x minus 15, and again over the LCD. Now that we have a common denominator, we're able to go ahead and add these fractions, so we just add the numerators and write the result over the LCD. Right, so when we add the numerators, you can do it in one step or in two. I'll do it in two. So I have 2x plus 2, and then plus the second numerator, 5x minus 15, which is going to end up giving me, if I combine like terms, 7x minus 13, and this is all over our LCD. And I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to multiply the denominator out. Foiling, you can think of it as a foiling process. Multiply first, then the outers, inner, and then the last terms. Okay. If you do that, you're going to get an x squared, a total of minus 2x's, and then a negative 3. Alright, so this is our result. And now partial fraction decomposition starts with this result. So you would start here, and then you would decompose this result and work your way backwards and eventually get back to where we started. So partial fraction decomposition takes this resulted rational expression and it decomposes it and finds the original terms that were added together to get this answer here. And so what you end up doing is you set up the form, and I'll go over the forms in the next video. So we have our result here. The first step would be to factor the denominator again. So again, this is where we would start the rational partial fraction decomposition. So if I started here, the first thing I would do is factor this denominator, and I'll go through all these steps in detail in the next few videos. And then I know that I'm looking for the result to be the original terms. Okay, so the way that it works is I take one of my linear factors from my denominator and I put it in one of the denominators, and then I have my x minus 3, my other linear factor, in the other denominator. And I know that there was something in this numerator here. Some numbers were in this numerator. I don't know what they were, so I call them a and b for now. And then we go through a process of solving this for a and b, and we know what we're going to get. For this example, it's going to be a 2 into 5, but this is the setup. So in the next video, we'll go through the setup, how to get this form here, and then after that, we'll break this down and actually solve and find the partial fraction decomposition.